Are you wanting more confidence in your life and you're just wondering why is it some confident people just have confidence and you feel like you don't? Well, I was in that boat a long time. And today I'm going to share 5 things that highly confident people do. And if you stay until the end, I have an extra special point for you then. So I started my journey on really understanding self-esteem and confidence, and I'm always learning, right? I'm always growing, and there's never a point where it's not challenged at some point, our self-esteem and confidence. And what do I mean by both of them? First of all, self-esteem is how much you like yourself. These are my definitions from my research. And then confidence is the trust in yourself, and that can be specific to different situations. When I started looking because I was in a really low point, and it was right at the end of 2019. And then I started making a podcast about what I was implementing and learning. And that's when this podcast grew as a result from it. And it really fascinated me why like some people were like appeared super confident and others wouldn't. And actually, what I started to discover is those highly confident people weren't always as confident as they appeared on the outside and the inside. Yet there are some people who are very confident in certain areas that I've observed and learned from and spoken to in some very special cases. And that's why I really wanted to break down some points now that you can start to implement. Like, I just want to be really clear on this, though. Everybody has fears. Like, there is nobody with zero fears. It's just our attitude to them which makes or breaks our confidence. If we like give in to all our fears, then it's going to be a challenge. Now, if you've got like some kind of trauma or huge fear, that's obviously when you need to seek a professional. You know, like there's people who've got fears of going outside, and this may or may not be you. There are people who've got such fears of animals, fears of heights, right? Sometimes we need professional help. Yet often one thing I see is the fear of public speaking, and that was me. I was terrified of it. Now, it's the way we ultimately train ourselves and move through things that's going to build our confidence. Like, courage is not the absence of fear. It's the feeling of fear and doing it anyway. And that builds confidence. Courage is that act, and that'll build confidence. And it's just absolute rubbish if you think, some people just have it and some don't. We are all born with high self-esteem. As babies, think about it. Have you ever seen a baby and just go, I don't want to make any noise. I want to be really quiet. I don't want to interrupt anyone. No, of course not. They're going to be loud. They're going to be crying. They don't care what others think about them. Somewhere along the way, though, you would have learned certain behaviors. And what the good news is, like myself, is that you can learn some more effective things that's going to build your confidence. Now, how is it helping you by staying in a place you're just like, I don't have any confidence, I don't believe in myself? Or if you're anything like me, it didn't do me any favors. So let's go into 5 points now that you can start implementing. And remember, don't just listen to this and go, oh, that's great. Actually do something, else you're not going to build your confidence. It's from taking action. So the first one is actually that. It's courageous acts, even if, and especially when you're scared. Now, if something's too big a jump, then you can just break it down a little bit. So like public speaking, maybe just speak to a couple of people, do an update to them rather than a massive room of people. Even just doing that, I remember building confidence when I was terrified of like just even 10 people in a room. Okay. So just build little courageous acts. Maybe you lack social confidence. Maybe all you've got to do today or tomorrow is smile at someone, or you say good morning to the person serving coffee or someone at the shop, right? Although it's often machines these days. The next one is, so they take courageous acts, even they, like a lot of them share like how scared they are, right? But the more you do something, the more you teach your brain that it's okay. The next one is they do regular inner work, really, really regular inner work. And the more you grow, the more you're going to have to do inner work. Like, you can't be reliant on just the outer world and everything going on around you. That's way too difficult. You know, that's way too unpredictable. Obviously, that's life. It's uncertain. What you want to do is build certainty in yourself. Do things like deep journaling, meditation, breath work, whatever works for you. A common trend I see is ice baths. And why do people do ice baths? Or or cold showers. It's because it teaches that inner voice, that inner critic, that who's boss, and actually you are confident and you're going to boss your day. The third one, surround yourself with confident people. If you're surrounding yourself with negative people, how are you going to feel? Not great. Okay. The fourth one, they bombard themselves with positive information. Like I learn from people like Tony Robbins. He's always reading, he's always learning. Like Joseph McClendon, they're always reading, always learning. The Brendan Bishards of these, the Grant Cardones, these are just people I follow in the personal growth world and admire. They're always learning, they're always growing. And they're bombarding themselves with good information that's going to build their confidence. Not things like the news, not things like rubbish. Like I'm not saying you shouldn't watch like TV shows and things like that. You can enjoy yourself, but just make sure you're bombarding your head with some good quality information. Even just listening to me, you're doing yourself a favor. Like, not to blow my own trumpet, but obviously I'm here. Well, I am. But like, I'm here to really help you boost your confidence. And you've done yourself justice of listening to a personal growth related podcast to really help yourself. So keep doing more of that. And then the fifth one, they recognize their success. So many of us don't do this. It's just like criticize. How's your confidence going to be when you get criticized? Imagine you had someone, a coach or a manager, maybe you have had this, who just keeps criticizing you and attacks you all the time. Well, it's the same when you talk to yourself. How do you feel though when they praise you a lot of the time? Probably pretty awesome. So start doing that to yourself as well. So those are the 5 traits. Now the bonus one is visualization. A lot of these people who I followed, highly confident people, they like to visualize their results in advance. When you haven't done something, you're not going to have as much confidence. And obviously, there's always going to be a little level of fear when you start something new. Yet, if you really want to feel confident towards something, start visualizing it in your mind regularly that you've already done it. And really feel it. Don't just see it, really feel it. Because then you're going to feel even more confidence. I've done that with earning money. I'm like, I want to make that amount. And then I can always see it. And then I just start getting opportunities and growing as a result. So that's what I've got for you today. 5 traits of highly confident people that you can start implementing. Remember to implement. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. I appreciate you for being here. You're improving other people's lives by being the best you. And remember, you're in control of your own self-esteem and confidence.